Hi, my name is Anne. Thank you for coming to my channel. Today I am going to talk about the bags I used while I was walking the Camino de Santiago this past summer. It's a video that I was asked by some people to do while I was walking and I just never got around to doing it, so I'm doing it now. Better late than never, right? So I had 3 different bags that I used on the Camino. Keep in mind, I shipped a bag ahead every day, so I did not carry everything on my back. Most people might just have 2 bags. I had the 3rd bag because, again, I was shipping a bag ahead. So let's go over what I had. The first bag I had was this waist pack. I got this off of Amazon. It's a little bit bigger than I really needed, but I was happy with it. It was fine. Basically, this bag never left my body. It was on at all times unless I was in the hotel room just lounging. But while I was walking, I never took it off the entire day. It was the bag that came with me when I was doing either sightseeing or just going out to get food in the towns where I was staying. It was with me all the time. I highly recommend this. There are things that you don't ever want to be without. So your regular passport for traveling, your pilgrim's passport that you're getting stamped, money, and then there's just things that you need to grab quickly. So I had chapstick in here, I had hand sanitizer, some smaller snacks, other snacks I kept in my bag, but something that I might want to grab quickly. It's good to have on your body at all times. This has several different pockets. There's a couple in the front, the main one in the center, and then one close to my body in the back. I highly recommend having a waist pack of some kind while you're walking. Then the bag I carried on my back every day was this one. It is from REI. It is the REI brand. It is a 32-liter pack. I really didn't need a pack this big because I was sending a bag ahead. Really, this bag was mostly empty while I was walking. The only thing I had in it was a change of socks, some snacks, things I didn't want to get lost in the transit of the bag I was shipping ahead. So I had my medications, my electronics, I carried an iPad, so that was in here. That kind of thing was with me, but this was cinched down pretty tight and was mostly empty. But the reason I wanted a bag like this was because I wanted the more heavy-duty hip belt, just because I have some back problems and I wanted to make sure that this was going to not be putting a lot of pressure on my back. And I can tell you that made a big difference. I could tell when the hip belts loosened up, my back would start to hurt, and then I would tighten them and it would be a whole new world. So I highly recommend a real hiking backpack, even if you are going to be shipping a bag ahead. Certainly there were a lot of people who were carrying like the string backpacks with them because they shipped ahead a bag like this, which obviously I didn't do. That's fine, but for someone like me who has back issues, that just wasn't a risk I wanted to take. I liked that this bag has the cover on top, so anything I needed to access quickly, I had basically either on top or underneath here. There are pockets in the hip belt, so I had some snacks in here, and I carried electrolyte tablets that I put in the water, and those were in here. It has a really nice side pocket for putting a water bottle in. It was easy to reach. I really thought a lot about, did I want to have a bladder, which this does have a compartment for a bladder, but actually I had my iPad in that compartment while I was walking. I chose to use water bottles, and there's 2 side pockets. They're angled, so I was really easily able to pull out the water bottle. That is an issue some people have with backpacks, is if they're carrying a water bottle in the side pocket, it might not be in a way that people could reach, and so they'd have to take their backpack off and get the bottle out, and that's just not a convenient way to do it. So keep that in mind when you're checking out backpacks if you're thinking about using a water bottle. Some people did attach a water bottle to the front here as a way to keep it really accessible, so that's something to think about too. I really liked this bag. I would definitely buy it again if I was starting over. The only issue I had with it is this is part of the chest strap, and there's a little ridge here that it sort of slides up and down, and it would come off if I pulled on it too hard. So I had to be really careful when I was adjusting the chest strap because I didn't want that to pull off. It happened on the first day. It took me quite a while to figure out how to get it back on, and it was something I had to really monitor the whole time I was walking, but that's not a big deal, and maybe that's an issue with lots of bags, and it was with this one too. But I really like this bag, highly recommend it. And then the third bag I used was a large duffel bag, which is this. So a huge duffel bag, bigger than I really needed, but the reason I wanted a bag this size is because my backpack fits in it. And I wanted to be able to consolidate everything I had down into one bag if I needed to do that. So if I was having serious back issues and I didn't want to carry anything on my back at all, I wanted a way to be able to ship both my backpack and the bag I was already transporting. So that's why I chose a bag like this. It folds down into about a 12-inch by 12-inch square that's pretty flat. So it's easy to transport. I will say that I was probably one of only maybe 1 or 2 people that I saw transporting a bag like this. Most people transported a wheelie bag of some kind, or they transported their backpack that they had been carrying on their back, and then they realized that was too difficult or they were injured and they started shipping that bag ahead. I knew from the beginning I was going to ship a bag, and so this is the way that I chose to go. Part of it was because I had heard that some places were refusing to have bags shipped to them that were wheelie bags. Maybe that will be the case in the future. I did not, where I stayed, see any instances where there was a problem with having a wheelie bag. That is probably more convenient than a huge duffel bag like this. But this worked out well for me. It's a little more flexible than a hard-sided wheelie bag. So as I bought groceries or souvenirs or things like that that I wanted to keep with me, they fit in this bag because it was soft-sided and expandable, and it was never full from the beginning. And then when I traveled from Santiago down to Porto, Portugal to catch my flight, I was able to put everything together in one bag for the bus. That one bag went under the bus, and I didn't have to worry about having multiple bags. So that worked out really well for me. Those are the 3 bags that I used while walking the Camino de Santiago. I had good luck with all 3 of them. I would repurchase all 3 of them. It's obviously a very personal choice whether you're going to ship a bag ahead or not. If you are not shipping a bag ahead, you maybe want a little bit bigger than the size backpack I had, but a lot of people, especially women, had that size and carried everything in it. It has a lot of space. I really liked the bag. You definitely want that waist pack for having things on you that are valuable or you need to access really quickly all the time, and then a bag to ship ahead if that's what you're going to do. So those are the pretty basic Camino needs when it comes to bags. So if you have any questions about those, please feel free to ask. If you use a specific bag when you walk the Camino that you really like and you want to promote, definitely post that in the comments below. I also plan to do a video in the next couple weeks about how to arrange shipping a bag ahead, so look forward to that if that's something you're interested in. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.